Okay, let me explain for this C. If I said for you, for example, 2 multiplying, let's say 3, let's make it 3. So if you say 3 multiplying by 5, and then I put them in brackets and say that's all to the power, this all have a power, for example, 2. So if you put this on your calc and protect it with power, here it gives you the final answer. Here it gives you the final answer is 225. Okay, this means that we multiply the 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. Then we multiply this 9 by 25, which is the 5 to the power of 2. Okay, so this gives you an answer of 225. Okay, so here is the same question. He said to you, but in variables, here we have the y, and he said this. Here we have an x equal to 36 times 10. So 36 times 10 all to the power 2y. Here to the power 2y. Okay, and then he said this x, he said to you, give it to you, this x, all to the power 3 out of 2. Same. So we protect it with a bracket and say this is all to the power 3 out of 2. So we solve it with the same way. The 36 all to the power 3 out of 2 multiplying by the 10, here the 10, all to the power 10 to the power 2y, all to the power 3 out of 2. We solve it with the same way, okay? So here we have 36 on your calc. When you put it on your calc, all to the power 3 over 2, it gave you 216. So this is solved, 216. Multiplying by here, power over power, which you can make it outside here. We say that's 2y multiplying 3 out of 2, which equal to 3y. So here, 216 multiplying by 10, here 10, all to the power here is 3y, okay? 3y. Okay, as he needed the final answer in a standard form, okay? So here we have to change it to the standard form here. So here we say 2.16, okay, times 10 all to the power 2 times 10 all to the power 3y. Is it right? Okay, because he needed the standard form. Okay, so here we have to merge the power with plus and merge this 10. So we say the final answer here, 2.16 times 10 all to the power 3y plus 2. Okay, I think it's clear now. Okay, let's see the next. Question number 8 here. He give you he give it to you here a bearing question. And here we work from. We work from. The bearing, remember, 3 things when you say bearing. Number 1, we start from. The word from X, from Y, from what? From what he say, we started from. We go to a clockwise. Okay, remember we go clockwise. Number 3, we move from the north. Okay, we always have the north side. And here I'm making the north. Okay, the bearing from A, okay, of B. So from A, so where is A? Here is A, to moving to the B. So here is A, and moving to the B is 55. Remember this, the bearing is writing also with 3 digits. Okay, we wrote the final answer of the bearing is 3 digits. The bearing from C to B. Then we get from C and moving to B. Here is 302. Okay, get the angle of BAC. Okay, so where is BAC? Here is BAC. Actually, this is a 90 degree, and this was it's a north. So we say the 55 here, the 90 minus the 55 will give you the BSC. Okay, the 90 minus the 55 will give you the BSC, which equal to 35. Okay, so the final answer here is 35. How about the angle ABC? The angle ABC, we can get it here. So here we can get this angle, this small angle, by 360 minus 302, which give us 78, 58. Okay, so here we have a 58. So here we say, here this angle, you need ABC. So this angle, you needed this angle, A, B, C. So if we needed this, we first have to get this. We have all of these is 302. So we get this by saying that is 360. So this part will be equal to 360 minus the 302, which equal to 58. Okay, so this part is 58. This part equal to 58, okay? So this equal to 58. And remember, all these angle of these is 90 degree. This is a 90 degree. So this one is will be 90 minus the 58 will be 90 minus the 58. So we say 90 degree minus 58, which equal to 32, which equal to 32 here. So here angle B, we can say this angle B here, it's equal to, here we have 35 plus 32. So we get it 180 on your calc, 180 minus 32 minus 35, which equal to 113. So this would be 180 minus 32 minus 35, which equals to 113, and we did it. Okay, the distance between the towns A to C, so let's erase this. The distance between the town A to C, let's see, here from A to C is equal to 34 kilometer, okay, whatever it is. Work out the distance between B and C. So he needed B and C. So we're going to work on this. So we need this from B to C. So actually we're going to use the, here we have 113 degree, remember? And here we have 32. And here we have 35, already calculated them, okay? So we are going to use the sine rule here. So we can say that sine 113 over 34 kilometers, that's 34, will be equal to, and he need the BC, so sine 35 dividing the opposite angle. Here we use it, the opposite angle here. So the opposite angle here is 35, okay? So 35 dividing the BC. Dividing the BC. So the BC here will be equal to, work it like this. With a plus sign that we always use it, we're saying this is here sine 113 over 113 over the 34 kilometer will be equal to the sine 35 over the BC. Okay. So the BC now will be equal to 34 multiplied by sine 35 dividing by sine 113. So here we can say that the BC will be equal to 34 sine 35 over sine 113, which equal to 21. This will give you a final answer of 21.85 approximated to 1 dp, which equal to 21.1 answer. So it's 21.2. Okay, let's see the next. Before you leave any page, make sure that you solve all the questions inside this page. Okay. Here is simplifying, number with numbers, letters with letters, common letters with common letters. Here we have 6 dividing by 3, which gives us 2, and the c to the power of 6 minus 3. So we subtract the power directly. So we say here the final answer is 2, c to the power 6 minus 3, which equal to c to the power of 3. Final answer equal to c to the power of 3. Here, 2 over 5 multiply 3 a and b. Here we kick the a with the a, which give you 2 times 3, which equals to 6 over 5b. 6 over 5b. Very easy. Okay, here 4 to the power of x. Okay, here in this question, we just write 4 or a big 4 and write the powers, adding and subtracting the powers, okay? So here we write it x minus y. And here plus 2y. What I make here, I just change the multiplication to plus and the division to minus. Okay, so here 2y minus y, which equal to 4, all to the power x and plus y. X plus. Okay, the next. Here expanding, we started with the 3x and multiplying by 3x, then by negative 2y. Step by step, let's do it. Step by step, we will take first the 3x. Okay, the 3x multiplying by the 3x, which is 9x squared. 9x squared. And here, 3x multiplied by 2y, which is minus 2y minus 6y. Okay, minus 6y. And here again, we move to the next here. And we do this, the positive y multiplied by 3x. So the positive y multiplying by the 3x here, which equal to 3 plus 3xy and minus 2y multiplying by y, which is minus 2y squared. Okay, let's merge the like terms. Here we have minus 6xy, here minus 6xy or yx. Okay, so minus 6 here we have y. We have here more x, so xy. So here plus 3xy, which is positive, which is negative 3xy. So final answer here would be like this, right, like this. So here we're going to merge minus 6 plus 3, which equal to negative 3xy, minus 2y squared. And in the beginning, we have 9x squared. Final answer. 9x squared, okay. And here we needed to factorize. Actually, it's clear here we have to take the 9x as a common factor, okay, outside. So when we divide this, we're going to divide everyone by 9x. So here dividing by 9, which equal to 1, by x equal to 1x, okay. Here dividing by 9x, which equal to minus 1. Before we leave any page, make sure that you solve all the question at least with your eyes. Let's see the next. Here, rearrange. Here, we need to make the d is the factor. So I love these questions. So f here equal to 2c d, and he must bring it squared just to write the root and make you confused on writing the root. But no matter on writing the root, okay? No matter. No matter. Okay. So here we're going to kick all the numbers. We deal like this, like right and left side. So here is the right side and here is the left side. Here we have the left side and here we have the right side, and deal with it like we are moving here. Okay, so here we make plus 5, so here we have to make it also plus 5. Okay, so we kick this positive one with negative, so now we have, here we have f plus 5. Here we have f plus 5 will be equal to 2cd squared. And we said that he must bring it squared just to confuse you. Now we're going to dividing by 2c in both terms. Now here we're dividing also by 2c in both sides. So now we have a new number, which f plus 5, or dividing by 2c will equal to d squared. And it's time for root time, just to kick the power with the root. So the power go with the root, as we do in the right side, we have to do in the left side. So now the d alone will be equal to root 5 f plus 5 here, f plus 5 all to the dividing by 2c. Okay, so here we have f plus 5 over 2c. As you go step by step, everything is fine and clear. Just only one question in one page, it's now fine. Number 10, a shop sells a calc. This calc called the 15 calc. This, when you say the 15 equal cost, blah, 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 and the 20, get it? Okay, so we need this t. So the 15 now is equal to 22, is equal to 5,250. And he needed the 20. So we make a cross multiplication just to get the 20, how much? Okay. So now we call the cross multiplication. We say that is the 20 here will be 500, and so the 20 calc here will be 5,250 multiplying by 20, dividing by 15 here, give you the final answer of 7,000. So the cost of this will be 7,000. Okay, again, fraction is like percentage, same like ratio. So here in this question, he asks you about in 2021, Mona employed 2/5 more than in 2020. Okay, we started with 30 in 2020. Let's write this and organize them with the T table or the plus table here. Sometimes we make it like this. We have 2020, we have 2021, we have 2022. It's a lot of pluses. So here in 2020, we have 30 implied. Okay. And in 2021, we have here 2 out of 5 from the 2020. So the 2 out of 5 here, which will mean the 30 plus the 30 more because it's more, okay? Plus here 2 out of 5 more, so 40%. So 40% of 30. Or let's make it 2 out of 5 of 30 is fine. 2 out of 5 of 30. Okay. And in 2022, 1/3 fewer than 2021, which means 2/3 of 2021. 2/3 of the remainder, okay? Because it's fewer, so here we make plus. Here we make plus 1 plus 2 out of 5. Here 1 minus 1/3 because it's fewer. So here 1 minus the 1/3 give us the 2/3. Okay. And here the 1 plus because it's more. The 2 out of 5 will give us 1 and 2, 5. The 1 whole is 30. Okay. 2 out of 5. Okay. So here we get the final answers and the numbers here. So let's calculate this. So he need to work the 2022. So we have to work the 2021 first, okay? Fine. Let's do this. So here we make the 30 multiplying by 1 plus 2 out of 5, okay? Which equal to 42. So here, final answer is 42. All this calculation. All what I do, I make the 30 multiplying by 1 plus 2 out of 5, okay? Which is 7 out of 5. So 7 out of 5 multiplied by 30. And here in 2022, we're going to multiply the 42 here. The 42 multiplying 2/3 will give you a final answer of the 2022. Okay? It give you here final answer of 28. So fewer final employers in 2022 is less than 2020 with 2. Okay, let's see the next. Before we leave any page, make sure at least with your eyes that you solve all the questions inside the page. Y is directly proportion to X. Directly proportion as it's increase, Y increase. As X increase, Y increase here. So here it will be E. Here is me here. And y is inversely proportional as y decrease, x increase. Okay. Here is A. Y inversely proportional, directly proportional to x squared. Directly proportional to x squared. So let's have a curve, okay? So this would be C. Okay, let's see the next. Number D, here we have two QFX, X and Y are mathematically similar. So apply for the similarity rule. The similarity rule, remember that side to the power 1, area to the power 2, and volume to the power 3. The side power 1, okay? Side to the power 1, area power 2 to the power 2, and volume, which power 3. Okay, the k to the power of 3. Okay, here he give you the length is of y is 36. Okay, the total surface area. So now we have to apply for the t because he give us here this here we have area of x and area of y. Okay. So here x and here is y. Here area of x will be equal 1 to 5. Okay. Here. Area 1 to 5. And here the area is 1 to 5. And he give you the length here is 36. Okay. Of y, not x. Okay, so we write the 36 down the y. Okay, be organized. Make sure that you write the right answer in the right place. So if you need here, we get the length of x. We just make 36 multiplied by 1 to 5 dividing by 1 to 5. Cross multiplication. So the x length here would be equal to 36. Don't forget to apply for the root for 1 to 5 because it's area. We have to get the square root. Dividing by the root of 1 to 5 will give you a final answer of 12. So the length here is equal to 12. Here is equal to 12. Okay. The volume of the cuboid X is 75. So we have here to apply to the cubic here 75. Find the volume here. So we need the cubic root. Okay. Remember here that we have to apply because it's volume. We have to apply for the cubic root here. And here also would be a cubic root here. So we can say here. So easily we can say that is x over y, which equal to 12 over 36 equal to 1 out of 3. Is that right? If it's according to the volume here, we can make it the volume would be equal k all to the power of 3, and that is k. That is k. So we make it this equal to 1 out of 9. Okay. So here So here we solve it. Oh, 1 out of 27, sorry, 1 out of 27 cubic. Okay. So here, if x equal to 75, so we can say the 75 multiplying by the 27 because we needed the biggest one. So we can say, that's x over y equal 1 out of 75. No, 1 out of 27, 1 out of 27, not 75. Okay, 1 out of 27, and that is the k. Okay, for the volume will be equal to, here the x equal to 75. We don't know the y, the missed part. So what we do, we make a cross multiplication. So we multiply the 75 by the 27. We give you a final answer of 2025. Dividing by 1, which is the same. So the final answer here is 2025. By the way, this is the final answer. It's not the date. Okay, let's see the next here, number F. Number 11, functions. F of x equal x squared minus 3x and gx equal to x minus 1. Find f of negative 2, which very easy. We just kick the x of f of x and kick it and put instead of it negative 2. We just apply for negative 2. What is f of x here? Is equal to x squared minus 3x. So we kick this and put negative 2. And here negative 2. Here multiplying by negative 3. And here powered to 2. So f negative 2 will be equal to 4 plus 6 here, which is equal to 10. Answer here equal to 10. Okay, find f of x equal to 0. Remember, here he gave you, here he kicked the x. Now we're going to kick the f of x and say this equal to 0. Okay, so we say x squared minus 3x equal to 0. So I need to solve the problem here. So take an x outside. So x minus 3 equal to 0. So we have two solutions, x equals 0 or x equal to 3. Okay, so we have two answers here. We have x equal 0 or x minus 3 equal to 0, which means that here x equal to 3. So here we have a two solution, f equals 0 or, so it be equal 0 or 3. Okay, x equals 0 or x equal to 3. Okay, here he need the inverse. As we make the inverse, my favorite inverse here, we just flip the x and y. He needed the z. So we kick here the gx, which is y, we call it y, and put instead of it x. So let's do this together. So he said to you this gx equal to 2x minus y. Actually, it is y equation equal to 2x minus y. 1 minus, right? Now we're going to flip the places. Bring this y here and put this x here. So we say that x equal to 2y minus 1 and solve it that an equation in term and make y is a subject. So here we make y the subject. Make y the subject. So let's make y the subject here. We are going to say positive 1 and here positive 1. here we have right side and we have a left side. We have a right side and we have a left side. So here is the left and here is the right. So this is the right and that is the left. So let's do this together. So 0 plus 1. So now we have x plus 1 equal to 2y. So now we divided both sides by 2. We kick the 2. So we say now y equal to x plus 1 over 2. Now we get the answer, but we are going to kick the y and put in instead of it, remember that we get the inverse of the g in terms of x will be equal, we put it like this, x plus 1 over 2. So the final answer here, he put it x plus 1 over 2. He already write the inverse of g. Find the f gx. Here we are going to move from inside to outside. What is the inside? Here the inside gx. So we take this gx and put here the green part. So let's do this. So here we say that is 2x minus 1 squared minus 3 multiplied by 2x minus 1. So we just take all of these and put it instead of here. So it is x squared, actually it's x squared minus 3x. Now we are going to kick the f of x here. Okay. And here we're going to kick it and put it inside it 2x minus 1, which is the gx. Okay. Kick this and put instead of it 2x minus 1. So it is 2x minus 1 squared, and here 2x minus 1 multiplying by negative 3. Here multiplying by negative 3, and here power 2, and we solve it. This is, and actually this is the right answer for f g x. Okay, f g x. Let's do this. So 2x to the power of 2, which is 4x squared. First times second times first, minus 4 times 2, minus 4x plus 1. Negative 1 squared plus 1 minus 6x. We put the 3 here, multiplying by the 2x, minus 6x plus 3. Let's merge the like terms. So here we have minus 4x minus 6x, which is negative 10x. Negative 10x, okay? Here plus 4, when we merge the positive 1 and the positive 3, and here 4x squared. And remember here, I give you that you have to make it here fully factorized, okay? So here we have to factorize fully here. So when we factorize this, we say that is here we have so here would be 4x and here would be x. And for the numbers here, we have to get it, can say here for x and here x. I have to get a final answer multiplying by 4. So here and here x multiply by yeah. So if here 2 times 2 equal to 4, and here negative 8x, when we multiply this by this, is negative 2x minus 2x. We give you the negative 10x. So here is minus 2, and here is minus 2, and we already factorize it, giving your answer in fully factorization, which we can say 4x minus 2, and here x minus 2. And actually this we can factorize it more. We can say 2 multiplied by 2x minus 1 multiplying by x minus 2, and now we do the fully factorization. Before you leave any page, make sure that you solve all the questions in this page, at least with your eyes. You see the next here, question number B, the points 6 and 4 on the graph. Yeah, here is so easy question. Let's see it. Here inside the bracket, we just move inverse of the x, inverse of the x, inverse. Instead of minus 3, we make this x plus 3. So solve it quickly because it's a very easy question. So 6 minus 3 is equal to 9, and keep the y as it is because he's just stuck inside the bracket. Inside the bracket refers to x. Inside the bracket refers to x. Okay, here, inside the brackets, which we have inverse multiplying by 2, which we divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And the next here, it will be the same y inside the brackets refers to x. Okay, and the last one here outside the bracket, actually we will leave the x as it is, and we just will move the 3 as it is multiplied by the 4. Outside the bracket refer to y as it is, no inverse in y. The inverse is just to x if it's, and x refers to inside the brackets. Okay, very easy question. Okay, this is a graph, y equals x cubic minus x plus 1. So he needed to draw a tangent. Here we needed a tangent to x equal negative 1. So let's do this. Where is x equal negative 1? We're going to draw a simple tangent here. Make sure that you sharpen your pencil, and if you need to move or flip your page little, it's fine, just to get the accurate tangent. If you need to flip your page, again, if you need to flip your page, it's fine to make it accurate tangent. It's fine to make it accurate tangent. So here x equal to negative 1. Okay. Just because here why I'm erasing and make it again because he asked about your accurateness of your line, you know. The questions is about your accurateness, okay? How you make it accurate. So let's do this. Okay, use your tangent to find an estimated gradient, you see, for the y, for this line. Okay, so this estimated here is we have 0 and negative 1, 0 and negative 1.4. Let's do this. We choose any 2 points. I prefer the clearest, the one that you see it. They already gave you here negative 1 and 1. So we're going to take this. And here we take the 0 and the negative 1.4. Let's do this. So let's do this. So it will be negative 1.4x refer to 0y and negative 1 and 1 here. So we choose any two clear points. Okay, I choose this, which is negative 1 and 1, and choose this, which is negative 1.4 and 0. Then we make y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 will give you the gradient of the tangent. Okay, here is y2 and here is y1. So here we say the 1 minus 0 over here, 1 minus 0 dividing by x2 minus x1. Here is x2 and this is x1. So we say negative 1 minus negative 1.4. So actually this would be positive. So this would be equal to 1 over negative 1 plus 1.4 will give us 1 over 0.4. And here 1 dividing 0.4 on your calc, which is actually 10 over 4, which equal to 2.5. So the gradient here is 2.5. If you get it from 1.5 to 2.5 is fine. Okay, so if your answer from 1.5 to 2.5, if you get your answer 2, it's fine. If it's 1.7, it's right answer. If it's 2.2, it's also right answer. Any number between 1.5 and 2.5 is a right answer, okay? But we already get it like this. Okay, so by drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation x cubic minus 1.5 x plus 0.5. So we are going to start to draw this. Okay, for this question, we have to draw accurate points for x. When x here equal to negative 1.5, so chooses here, we put x equal negative 1.5. Then we calculate here in x. So we say here x cubic minus 1.5x plus 0.5. Okay, then get the value of y. So if we make it like this, you get the value of y. So now we put instead of x, we just here put negative 1.5. Then you get a final answer of negative 6.25. Do it on your calculator. Okay, and when you put negative 1 here, instead of x here, you kick the x and put instead of it negative 1 for this equation. So we give you a final answer 1. So we say negative 1 cubic minus 1.5 times 1 plus 0.5 give you a final answer of 1. When you put 0, so it's 0 and 0, so the final answer is 0.5. When you put 0.5 cubic, 1 1.5 multiplied by 0.5 plus 0.5, it give you negative 1.25, negative 1.45, which is outside the graph here with 2 squares or 2.5 squares. Okay, and here 1, when you put here 1 cubic minus 1.5 times 1 plus 0.5, it give you a 0. And when you put 1.5 here, the 1.5, so you kick this x and put instead of it 1.5 minus 1.5 multiplied by 1.5 plus 0.5. It gives you a final answer with 1.625, which is above 1.5 here with 1 1/4 square. 1 1/4 square. So here, make it accurate. And here I join it with line, but don't leave it with line, okay? Make it, I just get the value, the accurate value of x here will be the intersection of the x-axis with the curve. So the intersection with the x-axis, the first one here is equal to 1. Here is the value of 1. So we write the value of x here equal to 1 as first value. And another x, if you're moving here on the x-axis, so you find that is hit the curve here when it is 0.3. So we go to the final answer, write it here, 0.3. And moving again here. So here we move negative 1.1, negative 1.2, negative 1.3. So here final answer negative numbers, only negative 1.3. So why draw it like this straight line? Just to make sure this my line and the curve is fine. But after this, don't leave it with curve. You have to, don't leave it with straight lines. You have to make it with curve. You have, this is just a simple trick that I'm trying to get an accurate answer. Then we can move it here. And we now know the exact value. And we just hit the 0, try to hit the 0.3 here. And here we already move on these 2 points. And we did it. Okay, very easy question. Let's see the next. Number 13, a bag contains red balls and blue balls. There are 5 red. Okay, let's write our info here. So we have 5. We have here 5 red. And here we have a total of X. So we have red and blue and total. So if you needed to make it like this, I prefer to make it like this. So here we have red and blue and total. So here we have red. Here we have blue. And here we have a total. So here we can say that here there are 5 red. So actually the red here is equal to 5. And the total number is equal to X here. So the total here is equal to X. A ball is chosen randomly replaced. Okay. Find the probability that the 2 balls are chosen. The probability that 2 balls are chosen is 6, is 1 out of 6. Here, when it's total here, so the blue will be X minus 5. Am I right? So because the total is X, so the blue here will be X minus 5. So when we say here that the chosen one is the chosen 2 balls, here the probability of 2 balls here of chosen balls is 1 out of 6. So we have to multiply. Here we have to multiply the first ball multiplied by the second ball, okay? The first multiplied by the second. Let's do this. So the first here is X minus 5 dividing by X. Am I right? The first ball is the first blue chosen is X minus 5 dividing by X, dividing by the total. And here multiplying by X minus 6, we subtract 1, or X minus 5 minus another 1, dividing by X minus 1. Okay, so this will be X minus 6. X minus 6. And we do just calc this, which equal to 1 out of 6. So let's first of all merge this and make it like like this. So here zip, zap, zip. So x minus 5 multiplied by x minus 1, which will be x squared minus minus x. The first x we multiply it by, then negative 5 minus 5x, then plus 5. Okay, we make this, and let's make the second here, which is x multiplying by x, or x minus 6 multiplying by x, which will be here. Here multiplying, it's not adding. Here we have to multiply, sorry. So here, top with top, bottom with bottom, no zip zap zip. We just multiply the first with the first, the numerator with the numerator, and the denominator with the denominator, okay? So here we multiply the x multiplied by x here, which x is squared, to give us x squared. Which will be x squared, and x multiplied by negative 6 minus 6x minus 5x. And here minus or plus 30. Okay, plus 30, which negative 5 multiplied by negative 6. Dividing by x multiplying by x minus 1. Okay. X minus 1 here. So all this equal to 1 out of 6. So let's do this. So here x cubic minus 11x plus 30, okay, equal to 1 out of 6, dividing by x minus 1. Let's make it multiply x squared minus x. Okay, let's make a cross multiplication. So we say here 1 multiplied by x minus x squared minus x equal to 6 multiplied by all of this. Okay, let's do this. So just focus 6x squared minus 66x plus 180 equal to x squared minus x. Okay, let's move here minus x squared plus x. So here make plus x minus here minus x squared. So this 6 will be 5x squared plus 65x plus 180 minus, sorry, minus 65x plus 180 will be equal to 0. Let's divide them by 5. Dividing by 5, dividing by 5, dividing by 5. And for sure, 0 dividing by 5 is equal to 0. So here 180 dividing by 5 equals 36. Here minus 13x. Okay. And here 5, kick it with 5 will be x squared. Let's factorize. Okay, when we factorize here, we make it x and 9 and 4. X and 9 and 4 and 9. Okay, because 4 plus 9 equal to 13, which make it negative, and negative 9 multiplied by negative 4 is equal to positive 36, and we did it right. So show that's okay. We show it already. We show it that's x squared minus 13x plus 36 equal 0. Then solve it. Okay, let's get the value of x. X here, remember, here x minus 5. So x may be equal to 4, and this is rejected because the numbers cannot be with negative. So reject. Or x equal to 9, and actually x equal to 9 because here the blue 9 minus 5, which equal to a number, we can hold it. So here is the factorization in the solving, and we did it.